Hello North Country, and welcome to Saranac Central School at Pickett's Corners for Champlain Valley Athletic Conference High School Football. Our contest between Saranac Central and Tupper Lake Central. The Chiefs come into the ball game with a record of 1 win and 4 losses, and Tupper Lake at 2 wins and 3 losses. Let me say this about Saranac Central. They are probably the best 1-4 team that the CVAC has seen in a long time. More about that in a moment. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Kelly Miller on camera. He's our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer. We want to thank Steve and Mike Tedford at Tedford's Mobile and Gary Tedford at High Falls Lounge for their support of Saranac Central football. Saranac early in the year came up with a victory over Seton Catholic, and it looked like the season would be on a roll. In their last 2 ball games, they have led into the 4th quarter, only to lose out to a comeback by their opponents, and so that has set them back at 1-4. And Coach Tedford knows, and the coaching staff as well, that this team has to learn to finish off a team. In simple terms, finish off a team, and I'm sure that's been preached throughout the week. Their opponents, Tupper Lake, 2 and 3, will feature running backs named Hayes. Number 33, the junior Mike Hayes, and number 43, the senior Brendan Hayes. Both are in the top 10 in rushing. Mike Hayes with 338 yards and 5 touchdowns, and Brendan Hayes, the senior, with 246 yards and 2 touchdowns. Saranac will feature running back Josh Kringle, number 21. He is 3rd in the CVAC in rushing with 400 yards. He has scored 5 touchdowns. The Saranac coaching staff, Keith Tedford, the head coach, his 7th year as head coach, 12 years in the program, and he is a product of Saranac Central School. Also played football on the college level. The defensive coach, his 11th year in the system, Nelson DeRocher. So some veteran coaches there at the head for Saranac Central. And then assistant coaches, a trio of former Plattsburgh North Stars: Shannon Manor, the assistant defensive coach; Jerry Defiant, the offensive and defensive line coach; and Jeff Hickey, the special teams coach. And of course, Coach Jerry Defiant, still a player, looking towards his 10th year in the Empire Football League with the Lake City Stars. The team trainer is Kathy O'Connell. From the Tupper Lake side, the head coach is Dennis Klossner, and he's assisted by Joe Cavallero, Don Cody, Steve Skiff, Rick Datola, and Don Christmas. 23 listed on the roster for Tupper Lake, 20 in uniform. And for Saranac, 28 listed on the roster. We counted 23 in uniform. The officials for this game: John Kokenauer, Ed Getz, Randy Bomber Brown, Mike Anderson, and Greg Claus. And there was some question if there might be one switch. I know I saw Bruce McCormick here when I arrived at the game. Not sure if he's here as a fan or watching some soccer that was taking place. Now we're perched high atop Saranac Central School. On top of the school to our right is Tupper Lake Central School Video Club. They work with Adelphia Cable and also Saranac Lake Radio here as well. So a crew, about an 8-man crew here from Tupper Lake. And here we stand, Kelly Miller on camera, and I'm Foxy Gagnon, set for football from Saranac Central. Tupper Lake will kick to Saranac to open the ball game. Windy day on the field. Both teams rely on the running game, but it is a very windy day, so we expect not too much passing on a day like this. Lumberjacks to kick it away, and the deep man back for Saranac is Greg Rock. To his left is Kyle Rock, and to his right, Nick Dubray. They're set for the kick. It's straight away, a fumble at the 12, and then Kyle Rock to the 20, and he's hit hard. In on the tackle, Mark Christmas at about the 23-yard line, and the Saranac Chiefs will go to work. Sunny skies. but there is that breeze. I would say temperature in the 60s, and we are lucky for that, grateful for that. Goose Gagnon is on assignment. He's not with us, and the stat man is cheering for the Mets. More on Goose's assignment later in our game, and you want to just stick around for that, let me tell you. Over the ball, number 53 for Saranac, Chris Trudeau. The quarterback is Brett Rock. He's a senior from the 24-yard line. Tupper Lake Lumberjacks say no on the initial carry. Again, Christmas in on the tackle, ball carrier Kringle, and loss of a yard. 2nd and 11, just underway from Saranac Central School. The 6th week of CVAC football, and just about a year ago we were perched up top on the Saranac school, and we watched Saranac snap a long losing streak against Plattsburgh High School, and that was a party that night at Pickett's Corners. 2nd and 11, and again Kringle into the line, and he's stacked up nothing if you go directly into the Lumberjacks line on the first 2 carries. Big man number 56 on the defense is Tom Larkin. Middle of the defensive line. Also up front, Brendan Hayes, number 43. He is at defensive end, and he switches now with Zach Chartier. A 3rd and 10. It's Dubray in motion, and a quick pass overshot looking for Rock, and since it's behind the line of scrimmage, that could be ruled a fumble. That's ruled a fumble. It was a pass behind the line of scrimmage, and Tupper Lake has it. Oh, everything goes wrong for Saranac on their first possession. They passed it behind the line of scrimmage, and therefore, if you don't come up with it and it stays in play, it's ruled a fumble. And the Tupper Lake Lumberjacks have the table set for them. They get the ball on the 7-yard line, and a tough test for the Saranac Chiefs defense immediately. We're just a minute and a half into the ball game. Just what you don't want to happen happens. Lumberjacks out of the huddle. Junior Nolan Konkoski is the quarterback. And we'll look for the Hayes boys in the backfield. 1st and goal from the 7. What a hit! Let me tell you. Adam Frenia with the hit. Frenia, 5'11", 246 pounds before lunch. Let me tell you, he met the ball carrier there, and he covered his jersey. I don't know which ball carrier it was. Important thing, loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and goal from the 9. It's Chartier wide left. 3-man backfield behind quarterback Konkoski. The pitch, and this is Mike Hayes. Mike Hayes near the end zone, he's in. From 9 yards out, Mike Hayes scores on the Lumberjacks' 2nd play from scrimmage. The junior with his 6th touchdown of the season. And they certainly waste no time taking advantage of the turnover at 9:41 of the first quarter. And now with the extra point try for Tupper Lake, it is Ed Larkin. Straight on kicker, and offsides called. John Kokenauer, the man in the white hat, he's worn that cap many a time. Offside Saranac. They may decide to go for the 1 since the ball is moved closer to the end zone, or they may decide to go for the 2 points, I should say. It looks like Mike Hayes holds on the point after attempts, and Coach Klossner with a decision to make here, and I think they're going for it. It looked like they threw the tee off the field, and with the ball just at about the 2-yard line, the Lumberjacks will try to push the 2 points in. The point after attempt given to number 44, and behind a couple of heavy-duty blockers, one of them Ed Larkin, and Zach Chartier into the end zone with the extra point. Chartier adds the extra point. You might hear the wind through our microphone. And with 9:41 remaining in the first quarter, the score on the Tedford's mobile scoreboard is Tupper Lake 8 and Saranac 0. Tim Arsenault will kick for the Lumberjacks. And once again back, it's Rock and Dubray. This one straight down the field. Uh-oh, another mistake. Greg Rock had to scamper back to the end zone, and good coverage by Zach Chartier, who's doing it all early for the Lumberjacks, and Saranac in a hole. They have the ball at their own 5-yard line. So let's see if the Chiefs can turn it around on their second possession. The Chiefs at 1-4. They're about 5 minutes away from being a 3-2 season, and that's what's so frustrating for the Saranac coaching staff and players. Just about 5 minutes away from a 3-2 season. Instead, they're at 1-4. Brett Rock, the quarterback, and Kringle again, the ball carrier, but he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage. 53 was there, as well as it looked like 57 perhaps for Tupper Lake. That would be Tim Arsenault. 53, Corey Cody. Chiefs out of the huddle for a 2nd and 10. Deep in their own territory. In fact, the furthest running back is in his own end zone. Rock pass over the middle. Good coverage there. They looked for Rock, and good coverage by Larkin. Incomplete pass on the season. Quarterback Brett Rock. 21 for 57 now, including his most recent pass attempt for 302 yards. He has 2 touchdown passes. He has been picked off 4 times. Chiefs out of the huddle, a 3rd and 10 from their own 5-yard line. Different formation here with Kringle, the lone setback, and it looks like a passing situation. They pitch, and Kringle will try to swing it. He's in his own end zone, gets to the goal line, and good coverage once again by the Tupper Lake defense, and the Tupper Lake defense playing stingy. They come into the ball game defensively. Tupper Lake, one of the better ones, in 4th place in the CVAC, having surrendered 978 total yards. And the Tupper Lake defense has surrendered 56 points, just 56 points on the season. It's the 8-minute mark of the first quarter, and Saranac has had 2 possessions and come up empty both times. And from his own end zone, Kringle with a nice boot, and that takes the Saranac bounce and lands short of a midfield. So Tupper Lake possession coming up with 7:52. And the score, Tupper Lake 8 and Saranac 0. From the 48-yard line, Chiefs territory, 2nd opportunity for the Tupper Lake offense. They converted in an option pass. Hayes throws it downfield, complete to Larkin. Kringle catches him, but not in enough time. Unbelievable, the option pass from Mike Hayes to Ed Larkin. And Tupper Lake has struck twice quickly. 47-yard TD pass. On the option, Mike Hayes hits Ed Larkin. And for Tupper Lake, 3 plays, 2 scores. Larkin puts the toes to it, and he's good. The Larkin kick makes the score Tupper Lake 15 and Saranac 0. Tupper Lake scores twice within 2 minutes, and we are just 4 minutes and 17 seconds into the ball game, and let me tell you, the Saranac Chiefs have to make use of this possession. Arsenault with the boot, and bobbled by Rock at the 10. He picks it up at the 15. Greg Rock up the middle of the field, still on his feet. Nice return, but he fumbles it. Loose ball, and I think Tupper Lake has it. They do. Another turnover, and Tupper Lake's Brendan Hayes jumped on it. Rock wouldn't say no. He kept hustling. Second effort, third effort. I think the coaches might have wanted the whistle, but it didn't happen, and then Rock coughed up the ball. Second turnover, and lo and behold, the Lumberjacks, like a Christmas present for them, they have the ball on the Chiefs' 25-yard line. Oh my, pressure on the Saranac defense. Konkoski hands Hayes, or Chartier, and he was tackled by the Chief known as Dan Otap. A stop there, gain of 1 on the Zach Chartier carry. The 3 backs for Tupper Lake: Zach Chartier, Brendan Davis, and Mike Hayes. Brendan Hayes, the senior, in the front of the 2 other running backs. He's the heavy-duty blocker. 2nd and 9, and a flag thrown. Greg Kloss throws the flag. John Kokenauer with the signal, offside Saranac. 6:51 remaining in the first quarter. Tupper Lake 15, Saranac 0. Ball to the 19-yard line, a 2nd and 4. Konkoski, keeper, nice fake into the line, roll out, complete, and touchdown. Complete to Christmas. Nice fake by Konkoski, and he has his first touchdown pass of the season. A 19-yarder. Nice rollout, and Konkoski hits Christmas. And for Tupper Lake, it's sort of like Christmas. They've taken advantage of 2 turnovers to get the ball deep in their own territory. We have a 21-0 score in the first quarter. Larkin with the boot, and that one's good. And with 6:32 remaining in the first quarter, the score, Tupper Lake 22, Saranac Central 0. They scored at the 9:41 mark, they scored at the 7:53 mark, and they score again at the 6:32 mark. So within 3 minutes and 9 seconds, 3 touchdowns for Tupper Lake. From the 16, Dubray takes it and returns it to the 33 or thereabouts. And Saranac will go to work for their 4th offensive try. Instructions from the sidelines for the offense: hang on to the ball. Line, do some heavy-duty blocking. Offensive line for Saranac, we see 78, Adam Frenya. We'll look for some others as they move up to the line, and we know we didn't get number 57. We saw a big guy, 57. He is on the offensive line, but he's not listed in the program as 57, so I can't help you on who it is. Maybe it's Kevin LaBeouf, who's 56, but I saw a 56 on the sidelines. Jesse Daigle is listed as 52. We see him on the sidelines. From the 33, Rock pitches and Kringle cuts it back upfield and crosses the 35. He was tackled by John Maloney. Kringle slow to get up. He's helped by his buddy, big number 78, Adam Frenia, who could probably just bench press him one-armed. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 for the Saranac Chiefs. Down early against a tough Lumberjacks defense. Dubray and Greg Rock are wide left for Saranac in the backfield. Rock comes our way. Kringle in the backfield. Rock airs it out. Nice diving try by Dubray, but the pass just too long. Derek Miner also in the backfield blocking for Saranac. Saranac now with a 3rd and 7 situation from their own 37-yard line. I'm Foxy Gagnon along with Kelly Miller. He's our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer. Tight end right side, number 44 for Saranac. That's another, or maybe it's 14, Steve Yeager. We know him. The 3rd down play and Rock to pass. Oh, the rush on, the screen pass intended for Miner, but it was too high for him. And the blockers were there perched in front of Miner ready, but an incomplete pass. 4th down and 7, and the Chiefs will have to boot it away. Number 88 is out on the field. That is Joe Light. Number 4 is Kyle Rock. 14 is Yeager. Number 80, Greg Ludwig. And Kringle will kick. Taken at the 35, and Larkin cuts to the outside. Still on his feet to midfield and then some. And it will be Tupper Lake ball, 5:11 remaining in the first quarter. The score, Tupper Lake 22, Saranac 0. The Lumberjacks go to work from the Chiefs' 44-yard line. Konkoski with the handoff. Initial hit, I think that's 77. Let me get a, yes it is. Initial hit for Saranac, Dan Otap, 77. Gain of about 3 for a 2nd and 7 for the Tupper Lake Lumberjacks, who have cashed in on their 3 possessions. Of course, they've had pretty good field position all 3 times. Saranac has turned the ball over 2 of their first 4 possessions now. Konkoski with a keeper. He goes off left tackle, and again Otap, and he won't let go. Nice, oh, nope, that wasn't Otap, that was his partner Frenia. Frenia had Konkoski right around the shoelaces and wouldn't let go. 26 is out there for Saranac, that's Steve Kringle. 88 is Light. 69, Steve Parker. 75, middle of the defensive line. Another number we don't have, we'll write that down, try to find out some guys at halftime. The 3rd and 4. Chartier, oh, that's Hayes, 43, and he's a tough runner, and he's near a 1st down, but he will be short. It'll be 4th and maybe 1 or 2. Spotted at the 35, just short of the 35, for a 4th and 2 for the Lumberjacks. Justin Cavallero on the offensive line for the Lumberjacks. Tim Arsenault as well. Now Tom Larkin. The 4th and 2, and the Jacks will go for it, but as they break out of the huddle, they take the TO. 3:17 remaining in the first quarter. Coach Shannon Manor out to talk to his boys, And the score on the Tedford's mobile scoreboard is Tupper Lake 22 and Saranac 0. Lumberjacks up to the line following the timeout, a 4th and 2. Let's see what they came up with. They're going to boot it away. Standing near his own 50. Oh, he's going to keep it. You might have guessed Larkin had something up his sleeve. The roll out. What a defensive play. Oh, flag thrown. I had the great defensive play by Rock, and they throw the flag on him. Oh, yikes. Push. Saranac. First down. Ooh, that hurt Saranac. Well, not sure if we had the zoom lens cooking, but it's right in front of us, but it's way on the other side of the field, and Greg Kloss, who threw the flag, is standing 2 feet away. So he had much better view. Goose would agree because he says my eyes are bad even from 2 feet away. Where is Goose today? I'm Foxy Gagnon. Kelly Miller's on camera. Y'all know Kelly Miller. He's honorary member of North Country Cable Network by now. And he is one of the highly regarded videographers in the North Country, let me tell you. We hope nobody steals them away from us. Now, yes, 1st and 10 now from the 21-yard line. A new set of downs as Tupper Lake goes to work, and they swing it right side. Nice job. Ball carrier was Mike Hayes. And a stop by the Saranac defense. It'll be 2nd and 11. Time running out in the first quarter. 2:50 mark and counting. Touchdowns by Hayes from 9 yards out for Tupper Lake. 47-yard TD option pass from Mike Hayes to Ed Larkin. And then a touchdown pass Konkoski to Chartier. Or Christmas, I should say. First down for, no, not a first down. He crosses the 20, does Chartier, and it will be now a 3rd and 8. Saranac defense wants to hold here. Just in the first quarter. Plenty of football remaining, but the Saranac defense, just to boost their confidence, needs to come up with a hold. They need a stop here. Ball is at the 18-yard line. Konkoski wants to pass, lofts it into the end zone, almost picked off. They were looking for Larkin. Kringle got his hands on it, the Josh variety of Kringle, and goes as an incomplete pass. 4th down and 8. Keep watching Falcon Cable, Public Access Channel 5 for local events each Monday through Friday. The 4th down play. Ooh, a little bit of hesitation on the snap. Konkoski, the screen pass to Hayes, and they are short of the first down. OTAP there, as well as Yeager for Saranac. Good stop for the Saranac defense as the Lumberjackets move it inside the 20, but can't convert it into points. And the Saranac offense gets the ball one more time in the first quarter. They'll try to make use of it. If you have questions about our programming, give me a call, Foxy Gagnon at 561-0616, and we can give you all information. If you have an event that you'd like to see videotaped and on the Public Access Channel, give me a call. I can give you all the details about that. Rock looks, stands at his 5, fires it, and a misfire there. Interception by number 57 of Tupper Lake. Interception, and what's the call? Incomplete pass? Wow, I must have hit something that I didn't see. Didn't it look like an interception to you? Well, it's not an interception, so there. It's an incomplete pass apparently, and Rock hustles into the huddle. Took a little extra time on this one, and Saranac has to take the timeout. Looked like they were facing a delay of game, and so Saranac uses a timeout. 1:34 remaining in the first quarter. The score is Tupper Lake 22 and Saranac 0. People have remarked to us about the variety of programming they've seen on Public Access Channel 5. What with Lake City Speedway working with us now, and also the Johnny Russell Show and other upstate New Yorker performances. We're negotiating right now for to work with the next country music show that will come along. Whitey and Flo's Camp Out. We've had some fun community events. Here's the second down play for Saranac, and nothing. If you go to the heart of the defensive line, nothing there for Saranac. Travis Dupuis with the tackle, and a loss of about 1. Also, lately we've had PAL football, junior varsity football. This is CVAC high school varsity football. We'll be covering some volleyball games when the winter season comes along, as well as basketball, of course. And if you have something that you'd like videotape, give me a call. Dubray, the ball carrier, and a flag thrown. It looked like Arsenault with the tackle and a possible late hit by Jason Amell of Tupper Lake. Yes, late hit against Tupper Lake on Dubray, the ball carrier. He was already down, and so Saranac will pick up, they'll step off 15 yards in Saranac's favor. 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It's been a long first quarter, and extremely long for the Saranac sidelines. They need a score. Looks like the Tedford boys down there by the water table making sure everything's in order. Looks like the Tedford boys are working today. Their football games tomorrow, PAL football. Let me tell you, you want to see some football players on a Sunday, head out to South Acres Field in Plattsburgh. PAL football, what a program, and the Tedford boys will be there. From their own 26, Rock steps up, looks, he's going to keep it, and he is caught. I heard fumble from the Tupper Lake sidelines. They wanted a fumble. Chris Rice with the sack to end the first quarter. All the play has been in front of us. We move down our way more towards the left side of the field as we face it because of some noise of some generators up top and some fans up top on the roof. But it's the end of one quarter, and all the action's been in front of us in this first quarter. After one, the score on the Tedford's mobile scoreboard is Tupper Lake 22 and Saranac 0. Saranac to open the second quarter. They have the ball at the 20, where are we? Now I'm going to play with these yard markers. At the 25-yard line, Rock the pass. A BB down the center of the field, complete. Nice completion from quarterback Brett Rock to Nick Dubray. Rock to Dubray's hook up for a first down. That moves it to the 39-yard line. Saranac out of the huddle. So Saranac may be feeling they can pass. They've had trouble with the run against a tough defensive line of Tupper Lake. Maybe they feel they can pass. The first down play. Give on the right side. There's an opener. Kringle on his feet. Then he's stacked up around the 40. Good for a couple yards. In on the tackle, big number 55, Matt Maloney. We want to thank Gary Tedford over at High Falls Lounge for his support of Saranac football. And let me tell you, if Saranac makes a comeback and wins this one, I might stop there on the way home and tell him personally. 2nd and 7 for the Chiefs. It's Greg Rock and Dubray wide right. Kringle, the lone setback behind quarterback Brett Rock. Rock rolls, and no place to go. Loss on the play. He ran into a cement truck named Chris Rice. Loss back to the 35. We're looking at a third and 14 for the Chiefs. So if they were going to pass there, they will probably pass here. It's Ludwig in motion on the third down play. And a give. Oh, I thought that was a give. Nice keeper. And they tried to hit Yeager, but the pass just a little too high. Coverage for Tupper Lake was Chad Hoy and Josh Jones. So Saranac will boot it away to the Lumberjacks, and the guy I'd be afraid of kicking it to is number 84, Ed Larkin. Oh, he's not there. He was, yes he is, he's in the middle. 3 men back, Konkoski, that's a little unusual, have your quarterback returning the punts. Take a chance of injury there. This one is for Hayes, Mike Hayes at the 28, cuts to the outside, a flag thrown. Dubray in on the tackle along with Yeager. A flag thrown. That would probably be against Tupper Lake. It is clipping against the Lumberjacks. So the Jacks will get the ball not at the 33 the way they had planned, but 15 yards back more likely. Coming into this 6th week, of course, this is the week of the big matchup between the undefeateds, 5-0 teams, Peru and Ausable Valley. And by the time you're watching this right now in your easy chair with a bowl of popcorn and a sody pop, you know who won that battle. Chris Trombley, the top quarterback in the CVAC with 61 completions in 83 attempts. No, that's not a misprint, or I didn't read it wrong. 61 out of 83, that's almost unheard of, a 73.5% effective rate. The pitch, Konkoski to Chartier, great coverage there. That was sniffed out by the Saranac known as Stevie Parker. Steve Parker. What a move there by the big guy. A 2nd and 13 for the Lumberjacks. Offensive line number 62 for the Jacks is Jason Amell. 53 is Corey Cody. 82 is Mark Christmas. From their own 15-yard line. Lumberjacks had a great first quarter, but when you think about it, all of it was within 3 minutes of play. I think there was a loose ball there. Good initial pursuit by the defensive line of Saranac. They might have made some adjustments because they're getting into the Tupper Lake backfield. Loss of another yard, 3rd and 15. The ball is at the 14-yard line. 8:40 remaining in the first half. Saranac, if they can hold here, they're going to get pretty good field position. Over the ball for Tupper Lake, John Maloney, number 76. Konkoski looks at defense. The sun comes out. We love it. Pass offline, looking for Christmas. It'll be 4th and 15, and Saranac's going to get the ball. The Chiefs will get the ball with pretty good field position and time on the clock. The coaches have been busy for Saranac. Head coach Keith Tedford, defensive coach Nelson DeRocher, assistant D coach Shannon Manor, the human highlight. Offensive and defensive line coach Jerry Crazy Legs Defiant, special teamer coach Jeff Hickey. I'm wearing the hat he gave me, a Lake City Stars hat. Thanks, Jeff. From his own goal line. Larkin with the boot. From his 48. Kyle Rock with a short return. Good coverage there, 53 and 82. And that would be Christmas and Cody for Lumberjacks. And now Saranac will go to work, 8 minutes, 11 seconds. And they have the ball at the 38-yard line of Tupper Lake. Tupper Lake scored all their points between 9:41 and 6:32. They scored 3 touchdowns, taking advantage of 2 Saranac turnovers. Rock to pass. Oh, pressure's on. He escapes one. He's hit. He goes down and incomplete. And a flag thrown late. Flag thrown late. Arsenault with the hit on Rock. Intentional grounding called by Kokenauer. Well, how can that be? There was someone over along the sidelines, but he was hit. Quarterback Brett Rock was hit and falling backwards as he passed it, so of course the pass is going to come up short and maybe someone wouldn't be within 10 yards or whatever the rule is. Oh, we need Goose here for an interpretation, but he's busy. He had to go shopping in Albany and like buy clothes or something. I guess he's going in a fashion show pretty soon, I'm not sure. But a tough break there for the Saranac Chiefs. So the ball pushed all the way back to their own 44-yard line, and they have to get to the Lumberjacks 28 for a first down. Oh, let me tell you, that's a day's work against a stingy defense. Chris Trudeau over the ball. He's the big center for Saranac. Second and extremely long. Greg Rock in motion. Pressure on. Rock hit almost immediately. No time. He took 3 steps back and white jerseys were all around him. The offensive line has to do a better job of giving the quarterback some time. Beautiful sunny day. There is a breeze, but we expected to be here in our winter coats, gloves on, earmuffs on. Instead, we're just in nice sweater. Geez, Kelly's in one of these college sweaters that they wear. You know how they wear that around campus? Nice, comfortable sweater. I'm in my Rollins baseball sweatshirt, a gift from the Flynn family, especially from Matt Flynn. You know Matt Flynn? Yep. You ever play on a team with him?
No.
Never. Missed him by a couple years or two. A year or two?
Varsity and JV.
Varsity and JV. The third and long. Rock again hit. Almost picked off by Larkin. Let me tell you, and Rock is having a rough day at quarterback through no fault of his own. Brett Rock is looking up at the sky. He can tell. Ask anybody. He'll give you the best answer how many clouds are in the sky, because he's looking at most of them after every pass attempt. He comes to the sidelines. I don't know if we can get a shot of him on number 10 on the sidelines, Kelly, but he is bent over right now near Coach DeRocher, and he's sucking for air a little bit, and I can't blame him. He took a hard hit on his last 2 pass attempts. Saranac to boot it away. Kringle at his own 25-yard line. Ooh, high snap. Kringle, ooh, blocked, and look at this ball, head towards the 10-yard line, the 5, and Tupper Lake is going to get the ball right there at their own front door. Let me tell you, it's been a rough first half for Saranac. 6:53 remaining in the first half, and the score, Tupper Lake 22 and Saranac 0. Oh, here's everybody to the right. Strange formation, Hayes, everybody to the right, but there was nobody on Larkin at the left. Well, here you go, a little trick up his sleeve for Coach Konkoski. You put a little trick up his sleeve for Coach Konkoski, and they moved everybody to the right. It confused the Saranac defense, and nobody had covered Larkin. And Larkin took 3 steps, and he was in the end zone. And he got the pass from Mike Hayes. Hayes throws a pretty nifty pass. That goes down as a 6-yard TD pass. Mike Hayes. And a fake on the point after, and Hayes lofts it complete to Brendan Hayes for the 2-point conversion. So I'll do my paperwork and then we'll come back after and update everything. There's timeout on the field late in the first half. So Tupper Lake blocks the punt, gets the ball at the Saranac 6-yard line, and take one play on a bizarre formation. Everybody to the right except the center, the quarterback, and Larkin, who was kind of like over there by the sidelines. And now a squibbler, and landed at the 34-yard line by Yeager. And Saranac, Tupper Lake with the one play, the 6-yard touchdown pass, Mike Hayes to Ed Larkin. That made it 28-0. And the 2-point conversion on a pass from Mike Hayes to Brendan Hayes. And Tupper Lake now leads Saranac 30-0. Not what Saranac expected coming into this game, playing a team that is 2-3, and easily Saranac could be 3-2 on this day. So certainly Saranac thought they would put up a good fight against Tupper Lake, and that they could very well win the ball game. We agreed. We expected a good ball game and Saranac victory today. Pass over the middle, Rock, almost a face mask, Rock to Dubray. That's looking up like a nice combo in the taking advantage of the Tupper Lake secondary. Nice combo there. They pick up 10, 20, 25 yards or so to the 41-yard line of the Lumberjacks. 6:40, plenty of time. It's been a long first half. If you don't think so, just ask who's on camera. Dubray and Rock wide right. Brett Rock, the quarterback, if he gets some time, he can make the completions. He keeps straight up the middle. Nice keeper. Nice keeper. And Travis Dupuis got an arm out to trip up the quarterback keeper. Rock picks up about 5 on that first down. That's a nice play. The senior quarterback, Brett Rock, he is 5'10", just 146 pounds. We got to beef him up with some of those super subs and chicken wings that I have on a Friday night. He hangs around with me for 2 weeks, he'll be beefed up, I can guarantee you. 5:42 in the first half, over the middle, complete! Oh, Yeager was on his feet, the defender was down, but credit Larkin. I think he tied Yeager's shoelaces together. Some quick handwork by Larkin. And a pass completion. Rock to Yeager. That moves it to the 26-yard line. Oh, you want to see Saranac get in the end zone before halftime. Again, it's Dubray and Rock wide to the left. They give it to Kringle. Kringle, good second effort in on the tackle for the Lumberjacks, Tom Larkin. Ball to the 25, a 2nd and 10. Tom Venn is the PA announcer. Yes, Tom Venn, he of the upstate New Yorkers. Yes, Tom Venn, my cousin. Yes, Tom Venn, the bodybuilder who looks a lot like me. 2nd and 10. Rock. Oh, tipped at the line of scrimmage. Somebody got a hand on it for the Lumberjacks. Incomplete pass. 4:24. We're watching the clock. Saranac running out of time, but running out of downs before that. Ball remains at the 25-yard line. They need a big play here. They'll have a couple to get those 10 yards. Yeager, Dubray, Rock, Parker, Trudeau in the backfield. Miner, Derek Miner. He's done some blocking today. The 3rd and 10 from the Lumberjacks 25. Rock looks right. Connects to Greg Rock, but gain of 1 or 2. Good coverage. Somebody had him. I'll try to pick out that jersey. It's a completion, but good for only a couple yards thanks to a nice tackle by Mike Hayes. Mike Hayes playing a whale of a game today. We're at the 4-minute mark of the first half. Ball at the 22-yard line of the Lumberjacks, a 4th and about 7. A short 7 or a long 6. The Saranac 4th down play. Collision in the backfield. Nothing worse than running into your own man. You don't even get a chance. Collision in the backfield as Rock popped out of the backfield. He ran into the man in motion, or the man in motion ran into him, I should say, and Saranac surrenders the ball. Tupper Lake with 22 points in the first quarter and 8 in the second quarter. They lead 30-0 with 3:12 remaining in the first half. Lumberjacks have 3 minutes and a dozen seconds to play football in the first half. Saranac defense with the task of stopping. Konkoski, new ball carrier, and he's through the hole like a dart, and that was number 24, Chad Hoy. Hoy, the junior running back, picks up, nice one, about 7 yards on his first carry. He liked the pigskin. He's probably back in the huddle saying, give that ball to me one more time. Good hit there. Parker with the hit on ball carrier Tom Larkin. Larkin wearing number 56 out of the backfield. That's a little unusual. He's played line. He's been on the offensive line. He's a senior, and he's a backup running back. That's always fun for a guy to move off line and get to carry the ball a little bit. He picked up 1. It's a 3rd and 2 situation for the Lumberjacks. Look at big number 70 coming out of the huddle is Mike Stone. He's a senior on the offensive line. He's a big one. Just under 2 minutes to play. They go right side. Saranac defense holds on the first down. Nice job over there. Parker psyching up the defense. He's a happy customer on the Saranac defense. And Saranac takes another timeout. They want the ball one more time. Saranac defense holding. It'll be 4th down for Tupper Lake. 4th and about 2. 1:34 to play in the first half. And the score on the High Falls Lounge scoreboard, I haven't been there yet, folks, is Tupper Lake 30 and Saranac 0. The Lumberjacks will boot it away. Kick over near the 50, and that'll go out of bounds. Chance for the equipment manager to scoop one up. Good hands on it, tucks the ball. He wanted to keep it. Tell his girlfriend he played football today. Nope, no such doings. Greg Kloss wanted that ball. Well, we've got a minute 33. Kelly Miller on camera. He's our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer. Let me tell you, always good to see Kelly Miller in between his school books. He pokes his nose out once in a while and works with us. It's about 3 years now, maybe about the 3rd year. Is that what you'd say? You were a junior in high school? Junior in high school. When the first time that you worked with us. And today, Our videographer Laura Gagnon is making some pies. It's that time of year. She's a pie maker today. She thought it would be cold in Saranac. The bomb from Rock to Dubray. He has it. Oh, the saving tackle. Saving tackle by Jones, but let me tell you, Brett Rock aired it out there, baby. Nice reception as Dubray had beaten Jones to the punch, and he was 3-4 steps ahead of him. And Dubray with the catch. Beauty, and Saranac trying to strike, put some points on. They don't like a goose egg being up there. On the 28 of the Lumberjacks, and it's Saranac quickly out of the huddle. Brett Rock having a nice job at quarterback when he has time. The line has to give him time. Rock again sends Greg Rock in motion. Oh, the pressure on, and incomplete. Saranac coaches want a flag. They really want a flag. Justin Cavallero landed quarterback Brett Rock. He was hugging onto his waist. Let me tell you. So the pass was a little offline. No wonder you got a 250-pounder hugging you. The 2nd and 10 from the Lumberjacks 28. 1 minute remaining. Rock back 3 yards, lofts it out for Dubray, but that one is out of bounds. They have a beautiful track around here too, Kelly. I don't know if you've walked on that, but it's a beautiful, one of the high-tech, whatever these tracks are. Nice track, very comfortable. I had my sneaks on. I felt like I could run a quick mile on that track. Beautiful track here at Saranac. We could come out for some track events. You have a beautiful view right up here. Lee Yeager is the athletic director at Saranac Central. What a job he does out here.
Looks like they're getting lights in on the soccer field too.
They're what? Getting lights on the soccer field. Wow, that's great news too. We've done a couple games out here, worked with Joe LaTemplio. His wife is the coach of the girls soccer team at Saranac, varsity soccer. Rock, incomplete, looking for Greg Rock over the middle, around the 10. 52 seconds on the clock and a 4th down on the downs marker for Saranac. I'm going to have a little snack at halftime. Did you bring a snack with you, Kelly?
They don't have anything.
I didn't see any hot dogs for sale here, but maybe I didn't see any hot dogs for sale. I saw selling some candy to support one of the clubs, and I bought a couple bags of M&Ms. You can get into some of the M&Ms, and I brought these barbecue corn chips. They're barbecue corn chips, and I brought you a soda pop. I don't know if you drink soda.
All right, thank you.
4th down. Rock, 5 yards back, 7 yards back, the screen pass. Nicely covered, Minor with the reception, but good coverage by the Lumberjacks. Minor slow to get up, he'll be okay. And Saranac turns the ball over on downs. Tupper Lake gets its hands on it one more time with 45 seconds to play in the first half. Tupper Lake won the junior varsity contest today, and they're looking for a varsity win. Konkoski, quick handoff to Larkin. Larkin on his feet. He's one of those linemen. You get a runaway lineman, you better look out. Saranac wants the ball. Saranac points, they have it. Saranac came up with it? I guess so. I haven't seen a signal from an official, but I guess so. Saranac offense onto the field. Tupper Lake, its first turnover of the ball game. Saranac has turned the ball over 3 times, I believe. Plus a blocked punt, which was deadly. Minor out and Ludwig in for the Saranac Chiefs. You're watching varsity football, Champlain Valley Athletic Conference. 1st and 10 from the 41, and the pass downfield. Overshoots Dubray around the 20-yard line, and there again, just not much time for quarterback Rock to air it out or to let his receivers get downfield. Just 30 seconds now. The 2nd and 10, ball at the 41. Jack's territory, Rock, oh, he is sacked there. Did he cough up the ball? Yes, he did. He was hit from behind, blindsided by Justin Cavallero. The ball sprung loose and somebody covered it. Not sure who covered it. Might have been Mike Hayes. He's done everything else today. 26 seconds, and indeed it will be Tupper Lake ball. Big man on the right side of the line is Mike Stone. John Maloney, part of the offensive line, and they take the knee, and that will end the first half. Tupper Lake with a strong first half, especially first quarter, with touchdowns for Tupper Lake by Mike Hayes from 9 yards out. Chartier added the 2 points. A pass from Mike Hayes, 47 yards on an option pass to Ed Larkin, and Larkin booted the point after. And then a 19-yard TD pass from Konkoski to Christmas. Larkin booted the point after. And then finally their fourth score, a 6-yard TD pass, Mike Hayes to Larkin, and the 2-point conversion, Mike Hayes passes to Brendan Hayes. And at halftime, the score on the High Falls Lounge scoreboard is Tupper Lake 30 and Saranac 0. Evaluators, so sorry. Second half about set to start, and Saranac kicking from their own 25-yard line, because just after the buzzer sounded and as teams were headed to their locker rooms, a penalty was assessed unsportsmanlike against Saranac. So the 15-yarder stepped off here and scooped up at the 36-yard line by Mike Hayes. He dodges traffic, heads to the outside. Couldn't get past number 75. Nice job done by Don LaFave, number 75. I'm glad we checked his number because he stepped into the action. He forced the play to the inside where some teammates were for the tackle. Number 57, we found out, is Jim Reisdorf. He of the Foxy Gagnon haircut, and he's a big fella, and he's been on the line, number 57. Now we know is Jim Reisdorf. He was number 65 in our program. But a big guy like that, I want to make sure I get it right. I don't want him to come to Plattsburgh looking for me. The Lumberjacks go to work from their own 37-yard line. Call it the 38-yard line. Give a left side, Chartier. Cross the 40. In on the tackle, Frenya for the Chiefs, and a couple other Chiefs there as well. Gain of about 3, ball to the 41. I'm Foxy Gagnon. Kelly Miller is our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer. Thanks to Ken Musso and Musso Development for their support. The Lumberjacks send Chartier wide right. Give to Hayes. Brendan Hayes breaks 2 tackles, still on his feet, cross midfield near the Chiefs' 45-yard line. Tackling too high is Saranac. Slow to get up, last man up. Number 77 for the Chiefs. We hope he's okay. Dan Otap. A first down on the carry by big Brendan Hayes. Hayes, the senior running back. From the Saranac 46-yard line. Nolan Konkoski, the junior, has quarterbacked all the way. Offsides here. A little bit too quickness, I think, from the Saranac defense, unless there was movement, but yes, 5 against the Saranac defense. Just underway in the second half. We had our halftime snack and we didn't even have to break into the candy. I caught Kelly Miller by surprise. I brought some good snacks, huh? I did my research. Wanted to bring something that you like. A 1st and 5. Konkoski back to midfield to pass, lofts it out. Nobody there. Who was there? Nobody, absolutely. Now Kokenauer throws the flag. Absolutely nobody in eyesight. My goodness, we have a view of the whole field. There was no one on this side of the field. And that'll be a penalty. And that's Bruce McCormick down there. Ha-ha. I bet Ed Getz didn't get here and Bruce McCormick was here. So, we mentioned the officials in the first half. Let's repeat them. They are John Kokenauer, he of the white hat, John the Cruiser Kokenauer. Bruce McCormick. And what a job his daughter did in swimming for Peru Central girls swim team. They defeated Plattsburgh High School. A lot of years Peru has tried to do that. And we were there with our cameras. Happy we were there. We were there, and I'll tell you, a lot of happy families from Peru for that one. The 2nd and 10. Konkoski. Well, it's not a 2nd and 10, it's 2nd and long. This is Larkin. He ducked traffic on his feet near the 40 and 35. Wrestled to the ground by Kringle, and he got, oh boy, did he get the first down? Yes, he did. Wow, unbelievable. In one gulp, they get the first down, but there's a flag around midfield. Personal foul against Saranac. Oh my, maybe a late hit on the quarterback. I was watching the pass. The other officials, Randy Bomber Brown, over 1,000 yards passing in the Empire Football League for the Lake City Stars. They call him Randy Bomber Brown. And then Mike Anderson is the other official. He's from Ticonderoga. He played in the Empire Football League way back before a lot of you were born. I'll throw that in. In the 70s, Mike Anderson, he's the official. Oh, wait a minute. Which one is he? I don't want to get mixed up. I better not even say it. Mike Anderson and Greg Claus. Mike Anderson might be the timer today because it looks like the 4 on the field. So Mike Anderson is the timer, and he played for the Glens Falls Green Jackets. And then Greg Claus from the Press Republican. And we have been friends with Greg over the years, about 10 years, once he got to the North Country. Under 10 minutes, it's a 30-0 lead for Tupper Lake. They have a 1st and 10 from the 20. And the ball carrier, Hoy, with a nice gainer. He's carried the ball twice and picked up big yardage both times. Boy, that offensive line doing the job for Tupper Lake. Christmas out and Mike DeMars in for the Lumberjacks. They come into this game with a record of 2-3. They're looking to even things up at 3-3. A 1st and goal from the 7. The Jacks' first possession of the second half, and Nolan Konkoski, the quarterback, has them on the move. Give right side. Hayes broke a tackle, skipped a tackle, brought down short of the 5 by Joe Light. Joe Light, the junior, 6 feet, 177 pounds. 9.5 minutes to play. We've had a great day at Saranac weather-wise. Blue skies, some clouds up above, the breeze, no problem. This time of year, we'll take it, we'll take it. We're just a 2-man crew to our right, the Adelphia cable working, an 8-man crew. I bet we're having more fun. 2nd and goal from the 7. Oh my, right up the middle. He got in the end zone. Indeed, what a runner is Chad Hoy. Chad Hoy, oh my. How many good running backs does Tupper Lake have? And this guy's short. We don't have the stats, but I'd say he's about 5'5", Chad Hoy. He hammered his way in the end zone behind Arsenault and behind Cavallero on the left side. The point after by Larkin is again good. And in the 3rd quarter, with 8:59 remaining, it's now Tupper Lake 37 and Saranac 0. Tupper Lake touchdowns, 2 for Larkin, 1 for Mike Hayes, 1 for Christmas, and 1 for Hoy. Tim Arsenault set to kick. Boom, nice one. And from the 10-yard line, right up the middle, it's Greg Rock. And he returns it across the 25, in on the tackle, Gerald Henderson for Tupper Lake. Ball spotted at the 27-yard line, or 26-yard line. We'll call it a 16-yard return for Greg Rock. And the Saranac offense ready to go for work. They're missing a player. Oh boy. Somebody didn't go out there. Now 2 players do. And John Roberts hustles out, and Saranac forced to take a timeout because they didn't have all the players out on the field. So at 8:52, there's timeout on the field, and the score on the Tedford Mobile scoreboard is Tupper Lake 37, Saranac 0. Chiefs up to the ball for a 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line, their own 27. Trudeau over the ball, and Yeager quarterbacks. Yeager, well, now he sees what Rock has gone through all day. No chance to move, and with the hammerlock on him for Tupper Lake was some big guy. I didn't catch the number. I thought I had 74, but obviously it wasn't. Yeager quarterbacked on that one, and now alternating is Brett Rock. And Roberts brings in the play, number 3, John Roberts. Loss of about 4. It's a 2nd and 14 for the Chiefs. And Steve Yeager, the junior, now quarterbacking. Coach Tedford trying to mix up his offense a little bit, try to make something happen. Again, 56 was there. Yeager, no chance to move, and for Tom Larkin, I think that's 2 times. It must have been Larkin before. Larkin's found something that he's enjoying on that defensive play, and I think that's twice now he shot the gap. Stone in, and Cody out. 55 is in, Matt Maloney, and Hayes is out. Tupper Lake with some defensive substitutions. Kyle Rock is out for Saranac. Ludwig's there along with Dubray. He has some pass receptions today. He adds to his stat mark. Third and about 16. Yeager pass over the middle, off the pads of Ed Larkin. Right there around the 27-yard line, which is where Saranac had to go. So the pass was to the right spot, but wrong man, and that was Larkin there, wishing he had picked it off. 7:03 in the 3rd quarter. Saranac offense sputters, and Tupper Lake will get the ball. They send 3 men back, including middleman Ed Larkin. To his left is Josh Jones, and to his right is the haymaker, Mike Hayes. Good snap, and Kringle puts the toes to it. A beauty of a kick. Jones at the 45. Hit. Didn't matter. Jones on his feet to 50. To the 40. Nice return, Josh Jones. He was hit hard by Kyle Rock, but Jones stayed on his feet. And it'll be Tupper Lake ball in the third quarter. They lead 37-0. Today we're high atop Saranac Central School for CVAC football. Saranac versus Tupper Lake. A 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks from the Saranac 40. And Larkin, the ball carrier, runs through the hole, ran over everybody till he ran into Kringle, but he got the first down. They move it to the 28, a first down, and the Lumberjacks have the ball. We enjoy our view today. This is a great vantage point. Just last night we were in Burlington, Vermont at Gutterson Fieldhouse for junior hockey. Two local players, Plattsburgh High School's Howard Jennings and Jason Perry, playing for the Green Mountain Glades junior hockey team, and we were there for that game. We hope you'll watch for that. Hayes on the right side, through the hole. He has room from 28 yards out all the way to the 10. Finally brought down by Kringle, and another first down for the Lumberjacks, running against a tired Saranac defense. The defense for Saranac has been out on the field a long time today. This game got off to a bad start early on as Saranac turned the ball over 3 times early, and Tupper Lake took advantage, and they scored 3 touchdowns within 3 minutes and 9 seconds. First and goal from the, well, actually a 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line, and Chartier towards the end zone, just comes up short. Kringle with the hit on this side. It'll be 2nd and short, but the ball will be about 1 yard line. It is. Bomber Brown spots it at the 1 yard line. 2nd and inches. .606 on the clock, and Lumberjacks knocking on the door one more time. It's Tim Arsenault in the backfield. And Konkoski keeps it and scores from 1 yard out. Konkoski with the touchdown. And that makes it 43-0. And they will try the point after, and Larkin is going to put the toes to it. He's been accurate today. Hayes holds. The kick is up and wide left. So if my stats are right, I've got him down as accurate on 3 out of 4 now. And at 6:02 in the third quarter, the score, Tupper Lake 43, Saranac Central 0. The kicker, Tim Arsenault. He might have a sore right leg by the end of today. He has had plenty of opportunities to do this. The kick, stepping up for it at the 15 is Kyle Rock. Kyle Rock breaks to the outside, a blocker there, midfield down the sidelines, and it's a foot race. Kyle Rock finally caught by Hoy inside the 30. A great return by Kyle Rock. 55-yard return, let me tell you, that's not apple dumplings. I like that return. That is fun. Getting whoever gets picked to return kickoffs anyway, that is one fun job, returning kickoffs. You get a chance to just cut it loose. Run, baby, run. And sometimes things happen that you see daylight. I mean, you could get killed sometime, but when you see daylight, it's like party time at Pickett's Corners. You just run, and he saw daylight there. And the guy that came over was a speedster, Chad Hoy, or else he would have had a beauty of a return. It would have been an 85-yard TD return. Saranac up to the line. They get started at the 29-yard line of the Lumberjacks. Yeager at quarterback in place of Rock. Rock is in a wide receiver spot. Nice carry inside the 20 by Josh Kringle. That's his best carry of the day. And he is no short shakes as a running back. He came in a third in the league. I think we pointed that out. Well, where did I put my little stat paper? I bet that blew away in the wind. Well, we pretty much said what we wanted to say with that in the first half anyway, but I bet it blew away along with a couple of corn chips. Whistles blow. We're at 5:23 of the third quarter. Saranac dying to get into that end zone. They want that end zone. A 5-yard penalty against Tupper Lake. So did I say about the Green Mountain Glade hockey team? I pointed out 2 Plattsburgh High School players skate junior hockey for the Green Mountain Glades. Let's not forget that Graves guy at Plattsburgh High School. Is he still there or did he graduate? He's graduated from PHS, but he's a Plattsburgh guy skating for a team in the Albany area. We'll check more on that in a minute. Kringle near the 5-yard line. What's his name? Colby Graves? Colby Graves is a skater also from Plattsburgh, skating junior hockey with the Troy Bandits or what are they called? Do you know the name of the team?
For Colby and Nate?
Well, which one's skating? They're both skating junior hockey?
No, Nate, just Nate is.
Oh, okay, Nate is the one I want to talk about.
CV Select.
What are they called?
Capital District Select.
Capital District Selects in the Albany area, and that's Nate Graves that does that. That's the one we want to talk about. That's stepping it up a level when you get into that junior hockey, and my goodness. And that level is seen by some great college coaches and so forth, and scouts were out last night when we were at Gutterson Fieldhouse. Kringle, short on that carry. They are inside the 10. It's a 2nd and goal for Saranac from the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 8. Trying to take advantage of a nice return by Kyle Rock. Yeager under center. Kringle in the backfield, the pitch to Kringle. Minor blocks for him. Kringle looks for the corner of the end zone, bowls over one, he's in. Kringle from 8 yards out with his 6th touchdown of the season. So at 3:35 of the third quarter, from 8 yards out, Josh Kringle scores to make it 43-6. And Saranac is on the scoreboard. And certainly they needed that. Chris Trudeau over the ball. Kevin LaBeouf to his right. Yeager at the QB spot, Kringle behind him. Minor there as well. Yeager keeps. Couldn't get away from those white jerseys. They sneaked up from behind. 62 on one side. We'll credit Jason Amell with the sack. So at 3:35 of the third quarter, Saranac gets into business, and the score, Tupper Lake 43, Saranac 6. CVAC football in the North Country. What a view we have. Did we show it? Have we shown the Adirondack Mountains? The colorful trees. Look at the colorful trees in front of us. It's autumn. And then you look past the trees and out towards Pickett's Corners, and the Adirondack Mountains, just beautiful. What a sight for football at Saranac Central. Pickett's Corners, we're happy we're here. And beautiful weather. We're snubbing our nose. The onside kick, good idea, and covered by big Tom Larkin. And the Tedford boys hustle out to get the tee. They have a foot race. Look at them hustle. Won't be long, the Tedford boys will be playing football on this field. Time goes fast, the snap of your fingers. And Keith Tedford will be coaching and be a little bit older, and his kids will be putting the pads on and wearing the Saranac Chiefs red and white. 3:27 on the clock. Konkowski at the QB spot. He has a touchdown pass and a touchdown scored. He's had a good day in that position. Look at Larkin. He is a tough man to bring down. He's like a tree stump. My goodness. Played line in the first half. He checks out, and Brendan Hayes enters the Tupper Lake Offensive Hotel. Now Mike Hayes is out, and Travis Dupuis is in. Chance for Coach Dennis Klossner to use a number of his second line offensive players in a game where you're ahead 43-6 at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Kelly Miller is our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer, and Dupuis couldn't get away from the pursuit of Jim Reisdorf. The Saranac coaches, Keith Tedford, Nelson DeRocher, Shannon Manor, Jerry Defiant, Jeff Hickey. Don't forget team trainer Kathy O'Connell. She works hard as well. Tom Venn is the PA announcer. And he is inside the Saranac school. He has a nice vantage point at the 50-yard line from a classroom window. And he has the music and the PA cooking. I wonder if he plays any upstate New Yorker music. Hoy slowed down by Light. Nice job, or rather Ludwig. Credit Joe Ludwig with making that happen. And then Steve Parker moved up for the tackle, as well as Dubray. Tupper Lake looking at a 3rd and 12 situation from the Saranac 42-yard line. We are late in the fourth quarter. Saranac scored on their last possession to put some points on the board. Weather must be in the 60s. Dupuis in motion, and they give it to Arsenault. Nice tackle, number 7 Saranac would be Dan Frenier. Frenier made it happen there. And Saranac, too, known for its wrestling program. I bet some of these Saranac players are wrestlers. Bet they could out-wrestle me. I was never a good arm wrestler. I didn't want anybody to hurt my arm. So I didn't want to arm wrestle them. 4th and 12. I was quick. I wasn't tough. I was quick. At his own 45, Larkin boots it. High, end over end. Bounces inside the 10, and Saranac will get the ball deep in their own territory with just 36 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Saranac from their own 9-yard line. It's Greg Rock wide right. They hand off Kringle. Quick opener on the right side, closed quickly by the linebackers. Hoy was there, as well as number 55 for Tupper Lake. That would be Matt Maloney. Brett Rock into the ball game, replacing Greg Rock. Brett Rock was the starting quarterback, He took some awful hard hits in that position. He did a nice job. I would rate his play very good today from the quarterback spot. Now he's wide receiver on the left side, but that'll be, we're going to walk the whole length of the field. Kelly and I get to stand right here. Let the boys do the walking. We're headed towards the fourth quarter. The score on the Tedford's mobile scoreboard is Tupper Lake 43 and Saranac 6. 12 minutes of football to play. You can never get enough football on a nice Saturday in the Champlain Valley. Second and a long 7. If Saranac gets to the 20, they get a first down. Minor the ball carrier. He crosses the 15. It'll be third and a couple. Doug Sherwin covering the game for the Press Republican. He's down by the 10-yard line, strolling along the sidelines. That's about as slow as you'll ever see that guy move. He's in his jogging routine, I know that. He runs every day if he can. He's keeping the stats for the Press Republican. Doug Sherwin working hard along the Saranac sidelines for guys to reach the deadline. You have only a little time. I've covered some football games for Press Republican. It's very interesting, the system that they have. Bob Getz taught it to me, the way they keep track of every play. They write down every single play, and then you get back to the table at work and you total everything up. Big hole on the left side, Kringle on his feet, huge hole. Parker opened it, along with Jesse Daigle, opened a huge hole on the left side. Maybe, let's see who else was there on that line. Don't forget Chris Trudeau, the center. Daigle, 246 pounds. Trudeau, 200 pounds. Parker, 228 pounds. Yeah, but that's not counting the pizza he had last night. 43-6, Tupper Lake over Saranac. Saranac wants some points. John Roberts goes wide left for the Chiefs. A first and 10 from the 28-yard line. Yeager, quarterbacking in the second half, has the team on the move. Minor the ball carrier. That's stacked up in a couple flags thrown. So to get back to the Press Republican and Doug Sherwin covering all this, that's what they have to do. The reporter watches the whole game. You can't take your eyes off it. Every single play must be recorded. You don't get a chance to eat a bar of candy or anything. And then you total up all the stats, and then you sit and you have the stats with you and you write your game story. What were the high points? Of course, after the game, he'll be interviewing. The flag is against Tupper Lake, so Saranac gets some help here and they'll move the chain gangs along. So then you write your story and you have to reach your deadline and get it in by a certain time, and there tomorrow morning's paper, people open up their paper on Sunday morning and they get the coverage of CVAC football. These reporters, and they're out there no matter what the weather. In the rain, you still have to do it. From the 42-yard line, it's Dubray in motion. Yeager to pass. Oh, no time. He's sacked. We'll try to see who got it. Who got it? 56. That's once again Tom Larkin. Now maybe he's the brother of Ed Larkin, number 84. Maybe so. The odds are better that they're brothers rather than father-son. So I'd say I have a better guess by saying they're brothers. Could be cousins. Huh?
Not much better odds for Tupper.
Now we got second down and about 17 because of the big defensive play. Kringle goes wide left. This is a different formation. Yeager wants to pass to Kringle. He's the main receiver, cuts over the middle. Yeager airs it out, but not close enough to Kringle. Kringle couldn't catch up to that one, and Yeager was definitely on the run. Not much of a chance. And once he had rolled left, he had pretty much committed himself to Yeager on that side. 9:05. Incomplete passes stop the clock. We're in the fourth quarter. The big difference, that 3 minutes of scoring by Tupper Lake in the first quarter where within 3 minutes, Tupper Lake scored 3 touchdowns. Then at 6:53 of the second quarter, they scored 1, so it was 30-0 at halftime. Tupper Lake scored twice in the third quarter. Saranac answered back at 3:35 of the third quarter. Josh Kringle with an 8-yard carry into the end zone. We're into the fourth quarter. Yeager to pass, and well out of bounds, looking for Dubray, but it was passed too long. So what else were we talking about up here? Were we talking about anything that I jumped off the subject?
The press defense.
The what?
Press Republican.
Oh yeah, how they cover the game, yep. Doug Sherwin over at the Press Republican. He's here today along with other Press Republican reporters, Steve Willett and John Coyer, and I think Tim Pulsifer as well. I don't know Tim as well. And Bob Getz, the head honcho of the sports department. At the 32, it's Mike DeMars. Oh, he's hit 2-3 times by Chiefs, including Kyle Rock and Jim Reisdorf, and it will be Tupper Lake ball in the fourth quarter. First down from their own 40. We have a flag at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Hayes the ball carrier, but a flag at the line of scrimmage. And there is timeout while they'll sort this out. The down marker guy hadn't seen the flag, and he hurried up and had moved it where the ball is, but then he hustled back. Maybe we can show the cheerleaders for the varsity football cheerleaders. Are down in the shade. Might be a little cooler in the shade than when we are. Their advisor is Tanya Kucher, and the varsity football cheerleaders, Bridget Bilo, Amanda Blake, Stephanie Drolette, Alexis Espinosa, Andrea Gwinnett, Kayla Haley, Sarah LaFave, Jessica LeClaire, Nicole Manley, and Brianna Fanuff. Dedicated cheerleaders for Saranac Central football, varsity football. And that's a job in itself, and probably a lot of times a thankless job if you're a cheerleader. First and long for the Lumberjacks. Larkin, the ball carrier. He bounced off a few tacklers. Good second effort. And what was a 1st and 15 becomes a 2nd and 4. Ball at the Tupper Lake 46-yard line. Saranac defense has put a lot of time on the field today. John Maloney over the ball for the Lumberjacks. A give right up the line to Arsenault, Tim Arsenault, and Coach Klossner using a couple of linemen from the first half in this second half, that being Tom Larkin and Tim Arsenault, numbers 56 and 57, has some beef in the backfield. Right now it's Travis Dupuis and Zach Chartier in the backfield along with Brendan Hayes. Hayes gets the first down. Yes, he does. And into Chiefs territory. 7:08 remaining in the fourth quarter. Chalk up another first down. We're without the stat man. He's cheering for the Mets today. He didn't want to miss a chance for the Mets to clinch this round and move to the next. Nolan Konkoski with a nice ball game for Tupper Lake today. Clock is running. Lumberjacks with a 1st and 10 from the Chiefs' 46-yard line. I'm Foxy Gagnon, North Country Cable Network, bringing you CVAC football. Kelly Miller is our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer. Konkoski is hit hard and brought down by Ludwig. Good pursuit and attack by Ludwig on that one. Konkoski had no chance. A 2nd and 10. Lee Yeager is the athletic director at Saranac Central. And we have an excellent setup on the top of Saranac Central School. A 2nd and 10 situation for the Lumberjacks in the 4th. They've had a good day of football. Well, Dupuis tried to turn the corner. You get your big chance. You wait all day for this. You see the opening. You got the wheels turning and they skid on the pavement and boom, down you go. A 3rd down. And as things ended up, no gain on the play. 3rd and 10 from the Chiefs' 46-yard line. Chiefs are looking for a hold and they want to score. Nice defensive stop there. It'll be 4th down, Lumberjacks. On the ball carrier, Arsenault. Brendan Hayes brings the play in for quarterback Konkoski. John Kokenauer's had a long day as the referee today, he of the white cap. Hayes in motion. Konkoski with a keeper, and Hayes cut back the other way. Broke 2, a misdirection play, and he breaks 3 or 4 tackles. Hayes with a big gainer there and a flag thrown. Uh-oh, what will that be? When they throw it that way, you kind of think face mask on the tackle, but near the Chiefs' 20, huge pickup, and it was a face mask. Huge pickup by Hayes. He broke 2, 3, 4 tackles on his way to that run from the 46 all the way to the 20. And then you tack on the penalty, the ball is at the 10. And the Chiefs definitely want to hold here. Tupper Lake looking at a day of 50 points. If they can get it in the end zone, they're looking at a potential 50-point day for their offense. Konkoski still in at quarterback. This is a 1st and 10 from, we'll call it the 11. And the camera probably saw that one better than I did. I don't know who carried and who stacked it up. .425 on the clock. Lumberjacks in no hurry. They'll go home. It'll be a bus ride home. It's a long one to Tupper Lake, but they'll go home with smiles on their faces, and they'll break open the sody pops and throw the bags of chips around. They'll have a party back to Lumberjack country. Give up the middle. And I'm supposed to see from this distance who's carrying. That was Chartier, 44. Under 4 minutes now. And we have a 3rd and goal from the 4. 3rd and goal from the 4. Chris Rice, lineman left side. Chartier in the backfield along with Arsenault. Arsenault digging on the left side of the line. He's short of the end zone. It's a 4th and goal. The red defense playing tough. They do not want to surrender any more points. They've had enough of this. And they're going to try a field goal. 4th and goal from the 4. Larkin's out there to try a field goal on a 4th and goal. And I'd be suspicious of a fake field goal pass from Hayes. Hayes is going to hold. Hayes is going to hold. He spots it at the 10. And Tupper Lake takes the TO. 2:39 remaining in the fourth quarter. The score, Tupper Lake 43 and Saranac 6. Lumberjacks up to the line, a 20-yard field goal try by Ed Larkin. Hayes to hold, but I'm suspicious. Hayes puts it down, and Larkin's kick hits the crossbar, and too low, no points. Saranac will have the ball, 2:35 remaining. The score remains Tupper Lake 43 and Saranac 6. Saranac gets the ball at their own 20 and a flag thrown. That must be delay a game. Yes, it is delay a game. Now, not on our cameras because we were just taking a break, chit-chatting about things. Kelly Miller is our Ronnie's Michigan's videographer. Always great to work with Kelly. The rest of the crew is missing. The stat man's not here. Goose isn't here. He's on a shopping expedition, spending all the big bucks he earns with North Country Cable Network. Maybe he's down there talking to union representatives, trying to organize a union of my employees. Tipped and incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Second and 15 for the Saranac Chiefs from their own 15-yard line. Yeager, pass complete over the middle to Ludwig. Cross the 25. Nice hit there from Yeager to Ludwig. Steve Yeager, a junior, 6'4". Ooh, that'll come in handy during basketball season. 6'4" and 174 pounds. The 2-minute mark is here. This is the 2-minute mark of the ball game. Chiefs in the huddle, they break out, led by big number 53, Chris Trudeau. Rock and Roberts to the right side on this third down and a couple. Brett Rock in motion, third and a couple. They pitch it to Kringle. Can he turn the corner? He gets the first down. He's near the 35. Saranac with a first down with 1:28 to play. Clock running, 1:10 to play. Yeager up to the line. A 1st and 10 from the 35. Yeager again to pass towards the sidelines. And that was almost through the hands of Rock, through the hands of whoever else was Roberts over there. And with 58 seconds to play, the ball's at the 35. Well, from the Saranac viewpoint, you just go back to the boards. You don't create a season by one game. You don't throw away a season by one game. Saranac coming off 3 very good football games. And so here they came out, they got behind early, and against a team like Tupper Lake, that's not going to happen, that they'll let a ball game get away from you. And so it was a tough job from middle of the first quarter on for the Saranac Chiefs. Yeager on the keeper, and they take a timeout. 51 seconds remaining, and it's 43-6, Tupper Lake over Saranac. We want to thank the Tedford gang for their support of Saranac football. And I'm talking about Steve and Mike Tedford at Tedford's Mobile and Gary Tedford over at High Falls Lounge for their support of Saranac Central football. And we'll be back for another one. We're just hoping the weather is another nice day. The officials have had a long day on the field. And once again, from the Saranac viewpoint, you just go out and you get ready for next week's game, and we'll be back in a couple weeks for Plattsburgh High School. Plattsburgh High School against Saranac, we expect a barn burner there. Yeager airs it out along the sidelines, but overshoots Ludwig, incomplete pass stops the clock with 44 seconds. Certainly we want to thank Kelly Miller for his work today on camera, filling in, and Kelly's been a reliable replacement when I was looking for a videographer, and he's been with us, an honorary member of our North Country Cable Network team. And if Goose organizes a union, I'm sure Kelly will get a call. Yeager, flag thrown because of illegal procedure against Saranac. There was movement on the right side from Saranac, so the clock stopped at 39 seconds. That was a 4th down play for Saranac, and it is procedure. You can decline the penalty and take the ball. So Tupper Lake's going to take the ball at the 31-yard line, and then they're going to run one play and take the knee, and the ball game will be over. Well, we were certainly here under happier days at Pickett's Corners last year, about a year ago today, that Plattsburgh High School lost to Saranac Central, and that snapped a long losing streak by the Chiefs, and it was quite a celebration, and we were so happy we were here to record that. And then this season, Plattsburgh High School snapped its losing streak, I think at 18 games, by beating Seton Catholic. So we were here for, we've been around for a couple celebrations with our cameras. The clock is running, and that will be the ball game today. Touchdowns in the ball game for Tupper Lake: 2 by Larkin, Hayes, Christmas, and Hoy all score 1, along with Konkoski scoring 1. And nice touchdown passes from Hayes and Konkoski, and another one from Hayes. The Saranac lone touchdown came at 3:35 of the third quarter, an 8-yard touchdown run by Josh Kringle. There was no scoring in the fourth quarter. The final score, Tupper Lake 43 and Saranac Central 6. This is Foxy Gagnon on behalf of all of us at North Country Cable Network saying thanks for watching and good night, North Country.